these setups, okay? So generally speaking, the stuff we did from the previous lessons, end of last year and stuff, there's a good movement with the hips, there's a good rotation. Sometimes you go a little bit early, but overall, it's in a good position. I think the engine, the golfing's working well. For me, the grip has got a little bit what we call weak. Now, not weak in terms of performance or pressure or how good you are. It's just, that's a weak grip, that's a strong grip, okay? Weak sends the ball more to the right. Generally, strong sends the ball more to the left, okay? So we can see that sort of little crease just about there, if I sort of zoom in on that. That sort of crease there is where your sort of thumb and forefinger are pointing more sort of towards the centre part of your body, okay? And we want that crease pointing up there, okay? So if that crease is not pointing there, it's pointing more here. Roughly speaking, your grip is going to return the golf club back that angle open, whatever that may be. I mean, that'll be 15, 20 degrees, whatever it may be, and that's going to curve the ball to the right. What you then do to try and fix it, which you did without even realising it, the shot you hit towards the first sort of half dozen you hit there, where it was still going right, you went straight on. What did I just do there? I don't know. And it went dead straight. The club hit the ground way behind the ball because of how you try to move your body in a different way. So you were trying to fix things almost unbeknown to yourself, yeah? What we're going to do is go through this little routine now where the club is up in front of you, like this sort of sword position, and you put your hand on the club here now. Now, I'm doing this in a sort of slow motion to show you, okay? The club up there, you could eventually maybe start with the club here. Wouldn't have to be sort of quite so high. You'll find your own way of kind of fitting it in and getting it in the right position, okay? And the club then goes down the ground and you sort of last a bit of a hip bump, so the shoulders get sort of slightly tilted because right hand is lower than your left hand, yeah? You never did that previously, okay? Which is why if you look at the hands here now, see how your right arm looks nice and extended, this one looks a little bit bent. Yeah. So we sort of, you spotted it, but I try and change it without telling him because it's less to think about. But you spotted me, so I found guilty, right? So you're getting more of that tilted position. And if you look at the grip there now, see the crease that your thumb and forefinger make? It's going towards your right shoulder. This is the one you just hit there where it went 300 spin rather than 3,000 spin. When you swing this golf club now, okay, you can swing through, no problem at all. Happy days. Then you set the golf ball. You got your own little routine. You set yourself up. There you go. Again, slight, I would say a bit of a sway to the right there as we looking at you. So you're moving your body a little bit. I wouldn't make massive worry about this because you are striking okay, but I think where your head is there now, your body moves a bit towards top, maybe a bit too early there, okay? It's going to move that way, but if it goes too early, you can't then go much further that way. So it's not too bad. So just keep moving those hips as you were. As you come back to the ball there now, because the grip has returned back to its neutral spot, yeah, and you can see now how both arms are kind of in that sort of same extended position, yeah, that club face based on the spin that you produce on that golf ball now is going to be straight, yeah, so the ball flies straighter. Some of the shots went a bit to the right more because of how you just sort of pushed and pulled the club, but if we can reduce the side spin on the ball, yeah, at least then we can start hitting the ball where you want to go. The problem is this first shot here, when the ball was kind of curving off to the right, you were doing everything in your power to try and send it in this direction, yeah, which over the end of 5, 6, 7 shots you eventually managed to do it, but you didn't know how you did it. It's like, well, I just done that to try and change that. So
I was even left in the end.
Oh God, well, yeah, and that's in some ways I wouldn't blame you, to be fair. Yeah, exactly. But you've got to think when the ball is going offline, it's always what the club is doing, not what your body's doing. And what's the first attachment to the golf club? It's your hands. Yeah, your hands are the first port of call. So if they're wrong on the golf club or they're functioning wrong in the swing, that's what's going to send the ball in the wrong direction. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does.
Excellent, good. So I would work on that there with that sort of setup position there and just get into a situation where, and I know it probably felt a bit awkward to start with, but if you start off with the club up here now, check the club down there now, then you've got your hips correct. It didn't take awfully long to get in a good position, yeah? And I think you're more conscious of what you're doing because you think, oh, I'm going to do this for the club. You'll find a way where it just becomes second nature and you're almost unaware you're doing it, so it just becomes more natural. Okie dokie?
Yeah.
Very good. No, well